Good day guys. Today I'm going to show you guys how to change a TPS setting on a TD42 factory automatic transmission engines on a GQ Patrol. Now if you guys been to a dyno tune or did some pump work and you realize that your rev range and the gear changing is not as crisp, most people will go to an automatic transmission shop and try to play around with the transmission without testing this. It more likely your TPS setting is not really spot on. So it's a very easy procedure to change it. Now all you need is a piece of wire cleaned out. Just get a couple of strings out and make a little piece just like that. And also need a multimeter, just a cheap one, set to 20 watts. And also you need a flathead screwdriver. So all you're going to do is I'll show you a little trick how to get a piece of wire going inside this this plug. But basically, if you want to change the voltage to 0.5 to 0.6, in between somewhere, that's a factory setting. But I would normally put it about 0.62 or 0.63 because we have going through and turbocharged and intercooled our old GQ Patrol. Now it's going a bit faster than usual, and then obviously you got to change, a bit of a setting, modified. But car to car it can be different, so you got to play around with it until you get your spec setting that you want to after. So all you have to do is actually carefully loosen these two screws, this one here and that one, and then you're gonna just turn one way or another until your desired range is showing on your voltmeter, right? So I'll show you guys how to do it. Put this camera down just like that. Hopefully it will sit in there. Alright, let's try now. So all you have to do is, guys, pull this plug out just like that, and you will see there is a 6 pins in this. So you got 1, 2, 3, top 3, and then the bottom 3. All you need to do is you need to put that piece of wire in the middle of the middle plug right there, and then just fold it a little bit so just turn inside, and all you do is get the other one plugged in. Now as you can see, there's a piece of wire just hanging there, so you can test with the multimeter. You don't need to spike any wires on the TPS just to damage anything. So it's pretty simple. So you get voltmeter set up to 20 watts, and you got red wire coming from that. We're just gonna attach it, so it will just hold that positive, and then the negative, the black wire that coming out of your multimeter, you're going to place that into a negative terminal on your battery. Now if I can show you guys, as you can see, it's all been set. Ignition is on, so you got to make sure the ignition is turned on when you're doing this. So it's reading 0.60 at the moment, and then obviously negative terminal, positive going to that little piece of wire that we built up. Now if I show you guys all together how this changes, so if you can just barely see it, right? So if I go to the throttle cable, if I accelerate, if I see, as you're moving throttle to a full throttle, it changes itself. Yeah, there you go. It's as simple as that. And then if you want to change it, all you do is you take a screwdriver flathead, that 2 screws, turn. You don't have to take it completely out, just loosen it so you can move that around. As you moving it, if I want to quickly show you guys, so like that, just crack it. Be careful because these parts are very hard to find, and if you break it, it's going to be a big trouble. So if I just show you guys, so if I move this, you see, if I move this up and down, it moves up and down as well. And all you need to do is just, if you want to get your desired position of throttle, which mine is I'm going to set up to point so you can even go up to 7, you can go up to however amount that you're after, but you can play around with this, guys. Just don't be afraid. So I'm going to set it up to 5.58, maybe just 0.61. I'm gonna drive the car and see how it drives. Now if I'm happy with it, I'm gonna leave that. So all I'm doing is now tighten that 2 screws. That's my kids are just playing around right behind us. There you go. So it's set to 0.61, and yeah, go for a drive and test it out. And if you want to change it, go for a highway. Sometimes you will see there's a little, normally in the GQs, the autos get a little shredder as you're driving through about maybe 60 or 70, or you can actually change that rev range through this TPS. Mine's normally kicking around 75 to 80, and then it goes to a 4th gear and you're cruising around. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and if any questions, let me know. I hope this helps someone to to play around with their car and to have fun with the GQ. Live a long life, TD42.